She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you.
Hey guys, Moch here, and today I'm bringing you my 2021 NFL mock draft post Super Bowl. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Now, we have at number 1 the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I have them selecting quarterback Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson. This is honestly the pick that everyone knows is going to happen. Jacksonville will select Trevor Lawrence first overall. He will be the number 1 overall pick. But there could be options for Jacksonville to trade this pick away, maybe getting Deshaun Watson. But I don't know. I don't think that they're going to be trading away Trevor Lawrence for Deshaun Watson. I know that's a good deal, but you're going to have to give the Texans a bit more than just that for Deshaun Watson. Of course, you're giving them a quarterback, but I think Jacksonville will stay at number 1 and select Trevor Lawrence. Now at number 2, we got the New York Jets, and with the second overall pick, they select quarterback Zach Wilson out of BYU. This guy, honestly, is to me the third, maybe second. I, of course, have him going in second overall, but he's the second or third best quarterback in this draft. And honestly, the other one being Justin Fields. But I'm going to say this. Zach Wilson could fit for the Jets. And I know, why not pick Penny Sewell? Why not pick Jamar Chase? Honestly, because I think that Wilson will be the best option, and then the Jets could actually trade away Sam Darnold for some capital and then put some effort to build an offense around Zach Wilson. Now at number 3, we got the Miami Dolphins, and the Dolphins with this third overall pick select tackle Penny Sewell out of Oregon. Now Oregon tackle Penny Sewell is the second best player in this draft. And I think to protect Tua Tagovailoa is the thing you need to do if you're a Miami Dolphin. They made a 10-6 record when that team was expected to go either 5-11 or possibly even worse. Honestly, that team really did something amazing this year, and I think the addition of Penny Sewell will make that offensive line even better for Tua Tagovailoa. Now with the 4th overall pick, we got the Atlanta Falcons. And with the 4th overall pick, the Atlanta Falcons are going to select quarterback Justin Fields out of Ohio State. Now, Justin Fields has proven he is a very good quarterback. But is he the quarterback for the Falcons? I don't think he is right now. But if he does get selected with the 4th overall pick to the Falcons, I think that the Falcons will have to mentor him before giving him the shot at being their starter. Honestly, I have good faith in him, but I need to be sure that this guy has the weapons around him, the protection he needs, and to have also the mentor he needs, because that's all they need for Justin Fields in Atlanta. Now with the 5th overall pick is the Cincinnati Bengals. Now with the 5th overall pick, they select wide receiver Jamar Chase out of LSU. Now Jamar Chase, honestly, very good wide receiver, and I think will make an excellent addition to replace AJ Green in Cincinnati. Now, honestly, I'm going to say this. Cincinnati needs, of course, offensive linemen. But if Penny Sewell does drop to 5th, I think that 100% the Bengals would select them, because they need to protect Joe Burrow. But the point is, I think giving him another weapon by replacing AJ Green with, of course, Jamar Chase would be an honestly good scenario for him, getting another weapon. But in free agency, the Bengals have to go for offensive line. Now with the 6th pick, it belongs to the Philadelphia Eagles. And with the 6th pick, they will select wide receiver Jalen Waddle out of Alabama. Now, Jalen Waddle is not the best receiver out of Alabama. I'll be mentioning another Alabama wide receiver later in this video. But Jalen Waddle has talent that Philadelphia could use. Honestly, Philadelphia should have been drafting wide receivers last year. This is their year to draft a wide receiver to help Jalen Hurts, because it's most likely going to be Jalen Hurts for the future. And if not, they're going to rebuild with a new quarterback. One or the other. But they need wide receiver help for Jalen Hurts. Now with the 7th overall pick, we got the Detroit Lions. And with the 7th overall pick, they select Caleb Farley, cornerback out of Virginia Tech. Now, honestly, Farley is a very good corner, but honestly, picking back-to-back corners in 2 drafts, of course, I think that this is going to be working out in the favor of the Detroit Lions. Of course, they just got their new quarterback in Jared Goff and traded their veteran off to LA. But honestly, I think the defense is something they need to work on. A very functioning defense is what they need in order to win games. And of course, Jared Goff needs an offense. And honestly, this offense needs to also be retooled. But I think the defense is the main thing that they need to focus on with the 7th overall pick. Now, with the 8th overall pick, we got the Carolina Panthers. And with the 8th overall pick, the Carolina Panthers select quarterback Trey Lance out of North Dakota State. Now, honestly, why am I picking a quarterback here for the Panthers? Honestly, Teddy Bridgewater is not the guy. Honestly, Philip Walker might not be the guy. I think that Trey Lance could be a very good quarterback. And you got Bridgewater there, ready to be the mentor. Honestly, I think he can be the mentor to Trey Lance. They're honestly, I think, similar quarterbacks. They can both run the football, and they can both throw the football as well. But I think that the Carolina Panthers definitely have to get a new quarterback, but definitely also don't throw him into the fire, because every time a quarterback is thrown into the fire, he's not doing well. Now, with the 9th overall pick, we got the Denver Broncos. And with the 9th overall pick, the Denver Broncos select Patrick Surtain, the 2nd out of Alabama. Honestly, they need corner help. AJ Bouye could not do anything. He came rusty from Jacksonville to Denver via trade, and now he's out of Denver. Honestly, I think that they definitely need more corner help, and this guy, Patrick Surtain II, will be an excellent corner to have in Denver. Now, with the 10th overall pick, we got the Dallas Cowboys, and the Dallas Cowboys will select at 10th overall tackle Rashawn Slater out of Northwestern University. Now, honestly, Rashawn Slater, this is what they need. Build an O-line. The O-line killed Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott might not be returning to the Cowboys. I don't expect him to. But still, honestly, you need to build an offensive line for whoever's behind there. No matter who it is. Whether it's the scrub 4th string quarterback or the starting quarterback for the Cowboys, they need a good offensive line to survive in this league. Because if they don't, they're just going to get more quarterbacks with broken legs. And I think Rashawn Slater is a very good option at protecting the quarterback. Now, with the 11th overall pick, the New York Giants have it. With the 11th overall pick, they select wide receiver Devontae Smith out of Alabama, the Heisman Trophy winner. Now, the Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith, honestly, he's a very good wide receiver, but is he the wide receiver that the Giants need? At this moment, I think he could be. But is he going to succeed in New York? I think he could help out Daniel Jones in that offense. I know Daniel Jones also needs offensive line, but I think he can get that in either free agency or the later rounds. With the 12th overall pick, we got the San Francisco 49ers. And with the 12th overall pick, they select linebacker Micah Parsons out of Penn State. Linebacker help. Defensive help. They need help on defense. They're allowing too much points, and honestly, I think the 49ers, of course, their pass rush and basically the entire team of the San Francisco 49ers was weakened due to injury. But honestly, I think Micah Parsons could help out the 49ers this season. Now, 13th pick overall, it goes to the Los Angeles Chargers, and they select 13th overall offensive tackle Samuel Cosmi out of Texas. Offensive line is what they need. They need to protect Justin Herbert, and this guy will fit in LA for the Chargers. I think that they also could use him in run game as well, in the run blocking. But the main thing they need to protect Justin Herbert no matter what. Because honestly, they need to protect their star quarterback. He basically became the offensive rookie of the year this year because he was a good quarterback, even though his team was a losing team. Honestly, it's like basically saying, oh, this guy's a loser. But wait, he's not a loser because he does well. Well, that's what he needs. He needs offensive line help to help him help his team succeed. Now, at 14, we got the Minnesota Vikings. And with the 14th overall pick, they select linebacker Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah out of Notre Dame. Now, honestly, this guy, very good linebacker, and will fit the defense of the Vikings very well. But hopefully Mike Zimmer could do something for the Vikings team, because honestly, if he doesn't do anything this year, he's definitely going to get fired. But I think that Jeremiah will be the best option for the Minnesota Vikings, 14th overall. At 15, we got the New England Patriots. And with the 15th overall pick, they select tight end Kyle Pitts out of Florida. Now, Kyle Pitts could be the replacement for Gronk. Actually, scratch that. Is the replacement for Gronk, in my opinion. But is he worth a fair first-round pick? I don't think so. He may be worth a late first-round pick. But I do think that the Patriots might be that team that says, okay, this guy's value is too high, I'm going to draft him now. And that's what I think the Patriots will do. They'll draft a tight end to help out whoever's going to be a quarterback there, because it's definitely not going to be Cam Newton. Coming in at number 16, we got the Arizona Cardinals. And the Arizona Cardinals at 16 select running back Najee Harris out of Alabama. Now, Najee Harris, very incredible running back. And honestly, I think him and Kenyon Drake will be a very good running back duo in Arizona. I honestly think that this could be the best running back duo, at least, possibly in the top 5 at the least in the NFL. At 17, we got the Las Vegas Raiders. And with the 17th overall pick, they select edge rusher Kuwait Pay out of Michigan. Now, this guy, honestly, he's very good. He's very good, no doubt in my mind. But is he good enough? And I'm going to say yes, he is good enough to be the best edge rusher that the Raiders will have next year if he's drafted by the Raiders. I think that he'll be a definitely key point for the Las Vegas Raiders in the future. Now, with the 18th overall pick that belongs to the Miami Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins select running back Travis Etienne out of Clemson. Probably didn't say that name right, but, well, it's right there. But this guy, very good running back as well. Not as good as Harris, but still definitely first round pick worthy. I think that he will be a very good running back for the Dolphins and will honestly be a very good option play when it comes to Tua Tagovailoa. And at the 19th overall pick, we got the Washington football team. And with the 19th overall pick, they select quarterback Mac Jones out of Alabama. Now, Mac Jones is definitely a first round draft pick. Now, honestly, I think they pick him mostly because they got rid of Alex Smith and mostly because they got rid of Dwayne Haskins, their former first round pick. Now, I think that this guy will need to honestly have someone in front of him, no matter what. I thought it was going to be Alex Smith. They decided, no, we're releasing him. But I think that it's going to be a very good future for Washington if they can get Mac Jones to be their franchise quarterback. Now, at 20, we got the Chicago Bears. And with the 20th overall pick, they select offensive tackle Christian Darrisaw out of Virginia Tech. Now, this guy, honestly, very good offensive lineman. But is he a fit for the Chicago Bears? I think he is. But also, they need protection for whoever's going to be the quarterback. Whether it's Nick Foles, whether it's Mitch Trubisky, or whether it's the trade they might do, because they're probably going to try and do this and trade for Russell Wilson. Whoever is the quarterback, they need offensive line help, and I think this guy could solidify that offensive line for the Chicago Bears. At number 21, we got the Indianapolis Colts, and with the 21st overall pick, they go on and select cornerback J.C. Horn out of South Carolina. Now, honestly, I think that J.C. Horn is a very good corner, and honestly, I think he would have gone early second round, but at this point, I think the Colts would try and snag him up, so that's what I'm expecting that the Colts will do. He honestly would be a second round raid, but he would be a second round grade for me. But I do in fact believe that this guy could be a top corner for the Indianapolis Colts and honestly bring that Indianapolis Colts closer to victory in the Super Bowl. Now, at number 22, we got the Tennessee Titans. And the Tennessee Titans, with the 22nd overall pick, they go on and select edge rusher Jalen Phillips. Probably butchered the name. Out of Miami. Now, honestly, I think this guy could work for the Tennessee Titans. Honestly, the Clowney situation is honestly not the best for the Tennessee Titans, and honestly, I think that this guy could be a decent replacement for Jadeveon Clowney. Now, with the 23rd pick, we got the New York Jets, and with the 23rd overall pick, they go on and select wide receiver Rashad Bateman. And honestly, Bateman out of Minnesota, very good receiver, and will be an excellent receiver for Zach Wilson in the future. I think that this could be a point that they could go on and select someone good for the receiving game, as they got a good offensive line. Don't need to go offensive line. But honestly, this could be a great selection for the New York Jets. At number 24, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. And with the 24th overall pick, they go on and select tackle Tevin Jenkins out of Oklahoma State. Now, this guy honestly will fortify the Steelers' offensive line. But honestly, they need to improve the run game by improving the run block game. Because honestly, they got some good running backs. They just got to start blocking for those running backs. Honestly, the run game is horrible for the Steelers because they don't use their run game. And honestly, I think they need to improve their offensive line for a run game in order to become the top running team in 2021. Now, with the 25th overall pick, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they select edge rusher Gregory Rousseau, probably butcher that name, out of Miami. And honestly, I think this guy Gregory is a very good edge rusher for the Jacksonville Jaguars if he's selected there. I think that Jacksonville will be honestly happy to select this guy. Honestly, if Tevin was still there, I think they would go offensive line. But as far as I know, he's not there. Maybe Jalen Mayfield could go there. But as far as I can see, Gregory is the guy that I believe the Jaguars will select with their second first-round pick. Now, with the 26th overall pick, we got the Cleveland Browns. And this is their highest draft pick because they were in the playoffs in a long time. That was back in 2002. And with the 26th overall pick, they go interior defensive lineman Christian Barmore and out of Alabama. Now, Barmore, very good interior run stopper, and that's something Cleveland needs to start doing. They need to stop the run, and this guy will honestly help the Cleveland Browns in the run stop game. Now, at 27, we got the Baltimore Ravens, and with the 27th overall pick, they go on and select wide receiver Terrence Marshall Jr. out of LSU. Now, honestly, I think Terrence Marshall is an honestly great receiver, but he's not going to be the number one receiver in Baltimore. It'll most likely be Hollywood Brown, and then him as a second receiver. Maybe Des Bryant still there, I don't know, but as far as I can see, Terrence will be a decent matchup between those corners in Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati, and will be a great option for Lamar Jackson. Now, with the 28th overall pick, the Saints go on and select 28th overall edge rusher Azeez Ojulari. And this guy out of Georgia, honestly, very decent, and I think that the edge rusher will help out the Saints in the long run. I think that this guy will be the guy that will be helping that defense improve. And honestly, they're going into a cap that is going to basically hurt the Saints in the long run. So hopefully they can actually start drafting some guys to replace these guys that are honestly going to be retiring or going to be leaving. And they're going to have big contracts and basically all this money. They can't give money to anyone in free agency. So they're most likely going to have to go into the draft more than ever. Now with the 29th overall pick, we got the Green Bay Packers, and they go offensive lineman, offensive tackle Jalen Mayfield out of Michigan. And Jalen Mayfield, your job is to protect Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love, most likely Rodgers. But I think that this team needs to improve the offensive line after the injury to David Bakhtiari, because we knew that without David Bakhtiari, they weren't going to make the Super Bowl. I knew it and everyone else knew it. But I think that the Green Bay Packers could improve the offensive line with Jalen Mayfield as their 29th overall pick. Now with the 30th overall pick, we got the Buffalo Bills, and they go on and select linebacker Nick Bolton out of Missouri. Now honestly, I think this guy is going to be an excellent linebacker to that Bills defense. That Bills team is just too good, and they're going to be a top team next year, and maybe even give the Kansas City Chiefs a run for their money in the AFC Championship game. And Nick Bolton will not be the main face in that defense, but he could make himself a name this next year if he's drafted by the Buffalo Bills. Now with the 31st overall pick, the Kansas City Chiefs decide to go interior offensive line Elijah Vera Tucker out of USC. And honestly, they need to improve that offensive line, because we all know what a bad offensive line looks when it's battered with injuries. And honestly, they don't have a bad offensive line. The problem is that they were battered with injuries. Whether you're good or bad at the offensive line, when you put inexperienced or at least backups on the field, you're going to have a very big recession from your offense. And that's what happened to the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl, because their guys started getting injured. And honestly, this guy will help the Kansas City Chiefs in the long run. Now, with the final pick of the first round, we got the 32nd pick, which belongs to the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And with the 32nd pick, they go on and select wide receiver Kadarius Toney out of Florida. And honestly, I think Kadarius Toney will be a backup receiver. Yeah, that's just how good the receiving core of Tampa Bay is. But that's because, why pick something that you have a lot of? Honestly, they're most likely going to retain Antonio Brown and other receivers. But I'm going to just say this. These guys, they can take any pick this year they want. They can retain the team this year and still have a chance at winning another Super Bowl. I guarantee that. And honestly, I think that it is possible. So I think Kadarius Toney is the one that's going to be selected by the Buccaneers with the final pick of the first round. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Who do you think is going to be drafted first overall? Is it going to be Trevor Lawrence? Or do you think that the Jaguars are going to honestly upset every single Jaguars fan? Or do you think they're going to be making them upset to make them happy in the future? Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.